What is going on, everyone? I'm here with my friend Zoran. He's been trading for
28 years.
28 years, and I met him a couple weeks ago, and I was picking his brain, and I thought it'd be very cool to have him on the podcast, and so you guys can learn what I've learned and get a experience from someone who's been trading for this long. So I'd just like to say thank you for having us,
You're welcome,
or
guys.
thank you for being here. Sorry.
Thanks for the
So
invitation.
tell me about yourself. Where
Okay,
did it all start?
I came in Canada from Yugoslavia, what is now presently Serbia, in 1982, and I have all kinds of businesses, race business, race horses, booze delivery business. And in 1996, I was sick and tired from everything,
Hmm.
and I want to change my career.
Okay.
And I find ad in a newspaper. In that time, there was a newspaper which I was buying on a street, and I saw an ad from Toronto Stock Exchange. They said, if you're interested, you have 20,000 interesting, that you do some business for yourself, please come up in amphitheater, for a presentation.
Hmm.
Anyway, I go there. I was the only guy out of 800 people who was interested to continue career. In that time, you need to pass courses if you was on the live floor.
Hmm.
And I started my career in 1996. In the beginning, it was very frustrating. You cannot didn't was able to make money. Took me almost approximately 2 years, maybe until 1998. That I start to make some money. And in 1999, I discovered options,
Hmm.
and history, rest is history. I become very a huge in options, and this is even what I do today. A majority of my trades are done through exclusively options only.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that because I'm an options trader right now. What was options like back in the 90s?
It was very different because there was no automatization like what they have now. There was no software programs. So since I learned my options on a trial and error base,
Okay.
so basically on my own, very quickly by even let's say mid of 1999, I was able to go and really do a big money, big numbers in options. Between 2000 and 2010, I was 10 10 volume option holder with the volumes in Canada,
Really?
because it was a very simple. If you know understand how this work, the market makers didn't have all kinds of sophisticated softwares like what they have now.
Hmm.
So it was very simple. There was a booth. You will come up, you will say what you want, and you was able to make incredible magic with them. I feel sometimes nostalgic towards all times,
Hmm.
and I feel that if I have chance to go back in time, I will be a really really make incredible amount of money because of the time what was in that time.
Yeah. So did you have to call in on the phone? Like, how did you
No, no.
place
Basically,
orders?
because I mentioned to you, I was live on the floor, so I will come to the booth, where they were selling options, and I will really tell them. In that time, the Royal Bank was clearing company for me, and I was able to tell the people, okay, I want this specific strike line versus this specific line, and they will write me everything on the tickets, and then after that, we will go to the booth and
Hmm.
register these tickets, and that's how it was done. There was no computers, there was no buttons, there was nothing. Because everything was mechanical.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
Yes, yes. That
Jeez.
was all times, all
Yeah.
times.
So, and how has your trading changed from when you first started options trading to now?
It is changed a lot because market involved almost every day. Even people think there is same numbers today. What was physical numbers, mathematical numbers? What was today?
Hmm.
It's very different. The first big change in all these years was the spread. Originally, we have guys 1/12 of the spread, and all kinds of numbers who was not tight or tight spreads in that in time what we have now. There was very different. There was very different volumes. There was much less volume. There was much less players in that time than versus now. Now, since because of computer age, they are really able to go and pick up players from everywhere around the world. In that time, if you didn't was on the floor, you had only chance that you call your agent on the phone,
Hmm.
and then through his agent on the floor, he will be able to do execution. And people was very afraid. They didn't have knowledge. They didn't was transparent like what is transparent now.
Hmm.
So the just the volumes itself create completely different game. Computer technology invented something what we calling today algos trading,
Yeah.
what is incredible big. And in that time we didn't have algos trading, so it was open market in the morning, and most likely if this market opened up in the morning, it will continue being up all day. It was simplified way. Now the direction changed 5 times in 3 minutes, so
Yeah.
what we didn't have in that time. So market become more complex now, because of everything as is. And you really, as a trader, you need to adapt. Very important, because of this progress, what we have right now. People who are able to adapt, as I mentioned, I'm 28 years in a business, they can last very long. And people who are not able to adapt, at some point they will leave and find some other job or whatever.
Okay. Let's just touch on that quickly. You've been in this industry for a long time. You've, I'm assuming you've took big hits from trading, right? In the
Yes.
past. How did
Yes.
you overcome those? How much was your biggest loss?
Yes, yes.
I'm very
Yes,
interested.
so in 25, 8 years career, I just want to mention a couple of things. When I came on the floor, I started originally as a future trader.
Hmm.
There was around 60 people in pit where I was. I think that there is only maybe a couple of us who survived.
Hmm.
Everyone else in the time being left for whatever is the reason. My in history, my biggest day was I was up around I was always trading kind of. They need to look from perspective that I always was trading from my own account.
Hmm.
So I never have a trading for any group or any funds or anything at all.
Yeah.
So when I was trading from my account, my biggest day was around $170,000 I will make on a day,
Hmm.
and my biggest loss was around 40,000 something. I was lost one day in a Google. So it was how it was how it was done over those years. So basically, you had a good days, bad days. You will have as you know, in our kind of business, you are as good as your last trade.
Exactly.
So if you have a good day, you don't supposed to go and lose your brain, and you lose your mind. You're supposed to come to the ground and continue whatever you work for your previous days.
Hmm.
And if you had a bad days or bad week or even sometimes bad month,
Hmm.
you're really supposed to stop to analyze why is this happen? Is it something changed in the market that you need to adapt? As I mentioned to you, volumes, spreads, new technology, algorithm trading, and then you need to adapt that one in your style of trading.
Hmm.
You need to adapt your style, and you continue fighting for another day.
Hmm. And the strategy that you're currently using, I just want to, because you've been teaching me over the last couple hours that we were talking before this. How did you come up with that strategy, and what is the strategy?
So basically, this is like I was mentioned. All my strategies are done on trial and error,
Hmm.
and many thousand combinations. Theoretical one, what I'm trying to experiment, and I see if it's going to go or if it's not going to go. I think that the future in a market specifically option is that it will be a tough that you go and you fight what I'm calling naked with a single lines or simplified stuff. What I'm doing is very some complex combination of complex lines, complex trades, and also there is as people who trade options, there is many strategies, well-known strategies, but in theory, really you need to develop your own combination with the strike lines, and work for something what will work for you, for your budget,
Hmm.
working something for your speed, so basically for your personality, because everything what is on the market has a different personality, like a kind of almost like human beings.
Hmm.
So some people maybe like something would move faster, other people move slower, other people want lots of changes per day. So it depends on individual. So you need to know yourself, and you need to develop different strategy with the multiple strike lines, going long and short in a different aspect, different time, what will really go perfectly work for you
Yeah.
only.
Okay, and just pretty much back test everything.
Exactly, exactly. And be always prepared, as I mentioned, I'm staying in a business for almost 3 decades. You need to adapt because market all the time change. Not just rules itself, but nature of the market. We have just to give you guys some idea. Out of the 500 companies who was the top 500 companies in 2000, I don't know if it's maybe even 100 alive.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the people don't understand. So what was working that time, we have a 2000 era, and we have .com era. It does not; those companies even don't exist. There is maybe very, very little of them left. So there will be new companies, new ideas. All this technology bring different possibilities, different chances. You need to constantly monitor how the things change, how the wind shift back and forth, and you need to adapt, position yourself properly, find what will work for you, and follow that. Look, the one of the biggest thing is to have discipline, and most think what people really fail is that they change the size. The size of your trade is very important that you keep for the long period of time always same, because you never know in our business is it necessarily going to be winning or losing.
Yeah,
So this is
exactly.
the
And
secret.
that's pretty much my strategy too. I'm usually sized in Dimitri myself in the exact same size
Yes, very
every time,
important, very
right?
important. And then what I suggest, even for my school and students, what I having and teaching them options, please every 3 months, every season, what I call sit, evaluate what you did for previous 3 months,
Hmm.
and adequately because of your of the your budget and everything, change your size. Go a little bit higher, go a little bit, because the people have tendency when they make money to increase incredible sizes, and when they start to having bad day or bad week or bad month, start to decrease size. And that's the problem, because it's a logical. If you're able to make $1 one time, and you did it for 10 lots,
Just works for me. And
mhm,
same position size.
exactly,
That's all I do.
exactly.
Speaking of tickers, what's your go-to ticker, your favorite one to trade? What do you
It's a indexes in this age, because maybe because it's a little bit my age. I'm now 63, and I don't. I left the game when I was playing heavy duty with Amazon or Google or Apple. I
Mhm.
prefer now indexes because they're kind of some kind of average, some kind of general direction of the market. There is no halts, guys. What is very important, because I know lots of people who get seriously damaged budget because of the halts.
Mhm.
The stock gets halted, and when they reopen, who knows where they will reopen. Also, like a individual, like a stock news, do not appeal too much to you. We have presently a couple of days ago, like a big seven boys reporting earnings, Apple, Amazon, Meta,
Mhm.
and even with this, like a Meta, let's say for instance on a Friday, who was able to increase stock for 20%, what is crazy
Mhm.
if he was on the wrong side of the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, index maybe increased maybe $1 or two, so what was very acceptable even if it was on the wrong side. So I recommend, especially people in the beginning, to do indexes, something what is universal, something what is slow moving, and then slowly they can go and take slowly a migrate to keep this as a core of their business, but they put maybe individual stock or some futures add slowly for their a total holding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Um, right now, current market situations, we're in a bullish market, clearly, right? When you first got into trading, what did you enter in a bear market or bull market?
I entered that was a time I entered. It was a crazy bull market, 1996, and I know guys people who was young enough in that time, or there was enough business. There was a famous Greenspan, there was a chairman of the board for a treasury, and he said one day, "Oh my God, is this irrational exuberance or what?" And I remember it cost me maybe almost $20,000 that day, because I was naive. I didn't understand the options in that time. I didn't know nothing. So there was like a lots of like a times, like a lots of things what's happened in my life. I passed this Russia. I passed to 9/11. I passed 2008. COVID, like a latest, like around 4 or 5 years ago. So every of these times, like there was kind of similar but kind of different. Market sometimes act similarly, but it never repeat in the same way.
Yeah.
So people need to take a notice, like me, have experience, but every of these new things and we don't know what is in front of us. It will bring something specific about them. Is it going to be fast recovery, double tops, double bottoms? We don't know. But generally, you have every of these turmoils in the market. There was kind of similar on their own way, but in same time different on their way, because the way how we recover out of the COVID was completely different than how we recovered out of 2009/11 or 2008. So keep always in mind, like general rules, but in every specific situation, it's always need to watch as a specifically itself.
I wanted to touch on before the cameras rolling. You told me that you never trade based off your opinion, and you only trade support and resistances.
Exactly. So basically, like in any opinion, like all of us guys, because we are in a market and we supposed to have opinion. I always has opinion, but I never trade an opinion. I trade on technical factors like you. I do lots of homework every night when market is finished. I prepare myself. It is kind of like shooting a movie, what they call it. So it's lots of preparation, but very little action. So in theory, like when I sit in computer following day, you already have lines what will be interesting for you. You have your parameters, support, resistance, anything what you want to add in your charts, and then you theoretically really become executioner. If it's passing certain points, you know what you will do, because sometimes even for kind of experience people like me in many years being there, you get involved, you become involved in a battle itself, and you become very emotional. And you listen, especially as you know, this is modern age when we're having hundreds of the channels and all kinds of bombardment, TV, internet site, people telling you opinion, do this, do
Too
that.
much, yeah.
And the people are just really, if you are not really like super disciplined and very, very, very conservative, very stable. Even me, like sometimes, like all this opinion, people telling, like I like to play one side, but I hear TV all day, or like I'm reading like on the internet during the day, like oh no, you need to go different side, and sometimes they just switch, and that's become a problem, because you need to have your mind, and what I mentioned in the beginning, down during the night when you prepare for the following day, you will see what was going wrong, what is right. Do you need to adjust something? Do you need to adapt something? But try to keep your plan, because majority of the people really, in reality, they don't have any plan during the day. They just want to swing it, but swing it how? If it's happened new high, new low, support, resistance, how are you going to play it? They said, okay, I'll find the way. Not, you will really not find the way. So you really need to have a homework, prepare, have a knowledge what approximately you will do, and then just become basic executioner. You will always adapt and adjust a little bit these numbers, but you really need to have clear mind. What if something happens?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. How did you develop the strategy that you have right now? How long did it take you to become successful?
Trial and errors. In this moment, index is what I play. It took me approximately, guys, some theoretical planning around 2 years. So basically, like I had some idea what I want to do, and then I start to do like a purely paper train for days and months. Wrote big 2 books about that, and then slowly you just like start with all kinds of ideas on a paper, and you slowly you cut these ideas and you make them like a very, like I see practically what does it mean, because you need to pass period when it's market going just directionally, like now market is very directional, going up only, but you need to pass period when market will maybe go back and forth, and then it's period when it go like a maybe month or two when it's going like a higher, or maybe going lower, and then you're going to see how your strategy perform in a different kind of market. What if is market like a going down? Is it my strategy still able to go and protect me, or going to have I have some advantage like with my strategy? Once when you're able to pay, but you need to be very fair. You need to be every day there, and you need to put like a good analyzing right. Because guys, I don't care. I know that we're living in a modern age, but if you just see, oh, I'll remember this one, or you just go and said, okay, I freeze the frame. How you call this freeze the frame on TV?
Screenshots.
Screenshots,
Yeah.
screenshots, no, because you really need to write kind of small book out of that.
So I
And
keep a journal.
could keep the journal, and it will clarify for you. So when you finally start to do like stuff, it will be like a magic, and then you, of course, you will always have your small inputs left and right.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
So you need to work on strategy theoretically, start to do a little bit like a practice, like this one, put in a live trading, go with a very small size. If you do options, 1 to 5 lots maximum. And then when is everything work, slowly increase your size. Because you will see that you make a big money. It's not necessary that you need to have 15 stocks or indexes or all kinds of lines. You need to have like a couple of the good ones, but you will play a volume on those. Like what you do. You play, let's say, index, but you play in a certain numbers of big volume in a moment.
Yeah.
That's how you make a serious numbers, and that's how it's work. Because you don't need really, because if you start to playing so many different things, you guys are not trader, you become investor.
Yeah, exactly.
So you be having investing account, like having, I play with 20 different stocks. It is impossible, because so it's same idea. If you have guys 1 kid versus 10 kids, can you spend them same time with them? You cannot.
Yeah.
So you become a good mom and dad, but still like you 2 kids or 3 kids, maybe it's more than enough for you to pay full attention to them.
When you're trading, how long do you hold your trades for usually?
It's usually like I trade guys like intraday. I keep for all day most of the time. So I will start to do something in the morning, and because like since I'm doing options, for me direction is not too much important, and I'm doing, as I mentioned to you, all kinds of combination. For me, like time values don't play for me. Volatility is not cannot be played against me, because I hedge all these factors in my favor. So if his guys start to play volatility back and forth, it's irrelevant. If he's left only 2 hours left or 1 hour left or 15 minutes left for me, you can do some strategies, but it's really less relevant for me. For me, it's important that I try to play market to do not call really direction, to play on both sides, both ways. And then, as I mentioned to you, depends where is market go. If his market don't do nothing, I will do something. If his market do in certain directions, I have planned to do something. So most of the time it's like a whole day. Also need to mention that I usually play options 0 day or 1 day, so same day or following day. Sometimes I put like a positions for something what is further than that. But like an individual stock is usually Friday to Fridays, and indexes I like to practice same day or like a following day play. And usually it's, as I mentioned to you, depends. If his things pass my parameters, then I will do something. Then it will be last let's day. But let's say on average, I will play like an intraday something from beginning to the end.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Before we get going, I just wanted to know your opinion, since you've been trading over 3 times more than I've been trading. Where do you see the market right now?
Okay.
And where's the market going?
I think even when people see market is going like up, people need to know that it's not just pure buying in this market. There is lots of people who was for period of last 2-3 years like a short. I understand that everyone understands what does short meaning. So so people really covering their positions. So it's a market is going higher now for the no pure buying, because I will explain people why I think, because we have situation, guys. If you remember last Tuesday when market collapsed, or last Wednesday when it collapsed suddenly. So usually when is market just purely buying, you cannot have this kind of air pockets. This is something from experience. So that's tell you that market is driven with the different factors now, like higher and higher. So because of these factors, what is not pure buying, market can go very, very long period of time. If you see these factors alone. If you look the graph itself, market is heavy duty overbought, need to correct. If you look fundamentally market without any of these two factors, fundamentally everything look like okay, but for the very small number of companies, majority of people really struggling now. But big boys because they have monopole, I will not mention to them, guys who they are, and they are able to exploit fully of that. So now we have very, very tricky situation that three different things in a market, fundamental, short covering, they're telling us there is different forces in the market right now. So it really depends which one is the strongest one. It's impossible to say. So market can continue and touch this magic number of the 500, like S&P, and because 5,000, sorry, and only for the reason because it's a very big psychological number, But in the same time, what's happened last Wednesday. So from big boys, we only have Nvidia left. So maybe the market will say, okay, all the big numbers are gone, so let's go and correct to some reasonable level. So really, I want you to be prepared in your trading and to be open-minded for all possibilities. So what I mentioned to you, what if this market continue to go? Please don't be firm on something, because I always like to say we are too small, all of us players, that we have not tried to think this way, because this is for the people who has billions and trillions to think this way. So in your trading, be ready that you turn on a dime, and even if it's things going illogically for you, don't worry. Trend is your friend. Follow the trends. Right now, trend is up. Be like a long too. So the moment when markets show that they want to correct, don't fight it. Try to correct. And I want to give one guy's advice for all of you. There is so many of the channels, people on broadcast, internet and all, they try to tell you their opinion. And be very selective. Be people very selective people who are you guys are very super transparent. And that's what is count. There is people who come on TV. I know people who come, guys, from TV for the last 3 years and said, okay, market will make a new high. Market will make new high. And these people, after 3 years, finally, they said, oh my God, you see, I told you market will make new high. Well, in the time being, people said that there is a good joke that people say, even broken watch is right twice a day. So if you follow people who are open, transparent, and they allow you that you own judgment. Don't follow people who preaching you one thing and who knows what they're doing behind your back. So this is very important for you, who you're going to follow in the life. So because who will be those indicators for you? Don't listen to everyone and don't believe everything what you hear.
Yeah, exactly. Same page. Well, I just want to thank you so much for being here with us today. I appreciate it. I love picking your brain.
Thanks.
It's always good to have new information. I've learned so much, and I'm going to try to implement some of your strategies to my trading, and we'll see how it goes.
Thank you very much, guys, for the invitation. I hope so that your followers, new guys, do good, make money, and please try to educate as many people as possible. More people educated, we have better army who are able to go and control their own destiny, and that's what we're looking in the market. We're looking for new generation of super educated people who keeping destiny in their own hands.
Exactly. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys later. If you guys liked that video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We have a Discord, the Daily Sniper, guys. If you'd like to change your life, link is in the bio.